All right, so first we're going to go through our full body foam rolling routine. Now, if you don't have a foam roller of some sort or a baseball or lacrosse ball at home, you can either bypass this section, move right on to our dynamic warm-up, or you can pick and choose from this section of exercises what you're able to do or not. But we're going to start using these two implements here. I have my foam roller and my lacrosse ball. But we're going to start by rolling the arches of your feet. So I'm just going to pop my shoes off. We have the ball down. We're going to push that ball into the floor. And we'll tell people we'll kind of work on that middle arch. You can kind of push to the middle of your foot and then work on that outer arch. We're just going to kind of find spots through here that feel more sore. We can slow down, spend more time in those sore spots. And you'll switch over. You'll hit that same sequence on the other side. Middle arch, inside of your foot, and then the outside arch. Once we have that, you can leave your shoes off. I'm going to put mine back on. And we're going to get seated, and we're going to work through your calves. So we'll take that same ball that you have. We'll start it on the floor, and we'll start down by your Achilles. Other foot plants, hands are planted behind you, working it from the middle of your calves, kind of turning to the outside, turning to the inside. If we get a spot that's real sore, we can sink down on it, kind of move the ankle around, pull the toes up towards your head. And then we'll switch, get that same sequence on the other side. From there, we're going to go into your glutes or your hips. So ball's going to be on one side, both hands behind you. We can start with both feet planted. Now, if your hips are really tight, we could use the foam roller for this. We could keep both feet planted just to control the pressure more. There should be plenty of spots in the outer hip that feel a little sore. Or we can go the next step where we put that same side on the stretch, pick that foot up, cross over the other, kind of lean down, bear all through that outer hip, finding spots that are more sore. Especially if you're somebody, whether you're an athlete who's very active or somebody even sits at a desk, this is an important area to get in terms of improving your hip mobility. That can obviously help your performance, but help things like low back pain as well. And then we're going to switch, do the same thing on the other side, crossing over, just kind of bearing your weight down through that ball. Now once we have that, we can just set the ball to the side. So I'm going to set it out to the screen right here. And we're going to next grab your foam roller, and we're going to start with the lower body. Now we'll do one side at a time here, just so you can be more specific with the areas that you're getting. So we're going to start with your quads. So we're front plank position. Leg on the roller is straight. You can't see it here, but other knee is up towards your chest. And just kind of pushing and guiding that roller from the top of your hip down to above your knee. You can kind of turn more inside, turn more outside. Up to you, finding spots that feel more sore. And I'll just briefly, so you can see my setup the other way, switch into the same series on the other side. Now after that, we're going to turn and get your IT band, which is hitting your quads or hamstrings at the same time. But I'm going to turn to my side, elbow right under the shoulder, top hand plants right into the floor, bottom leg straight, top foot plants as well, just pushing that roller from the outer hip down to above your knee. Now if this feels okay, you want to get a little bit more pressure on that roller, just stack the top foot on the bottom and work that same thing. Be careful pushing on your hip bone, just kind of think from your pocket to above your knee. And then you would go, you'd hit the same thing on the other side. So I'll hit that briefly for you guys. Foot planted, step one. If that's real sore, we stay there. Other foot on top, step two. If this is still really sore, which this spot can be, we can either, one, add more layers of clothing on, two, use a less dense roller, or three, get a ball against the wall if you have a wall to use and hit the same spot. Hamstrings will be next, so I'm just going to slide the shoulder over, hands planted, other foot planted. You can kind of lift the butt up and get from above back to your knee down to below your hip, turning outside, turning inside. And then we'll do the same thing on the other leg. Now we have one more spot for your lower body here. We're going to do your adductors. So adductors are muscles on the inside of your leg. You have several of them. Important for athletes in field sports who have to cut and change direction. From here, you're going to take the roller, bring it so it's parallel with you. Front plank position with that knee up towards your chest. Other leg is straight. Here we're pushing up into the groin, down to the inside of your knee. And then I'll show you guys here. We'll do the same thing on the other side. In the groin to the inside of your knee. Now from here we have 2 spots left. We're going to do your upper back. So roller, even with the shoulder blades. We'll have people go hands behind your head, touch those elbows together. That's going to help move the shoulder blades apart, kind of give you more room and surface area to work on. We're pushing from top of the shoulders to halfway down your back. You could turn, lean more on the left or lean more on the right. If you're somebody who presents with a more rounded back posture, or you're somebody that does sit a lot, especially now if you're working from home, we can get that roller just kind of resting on the mid-back. You're going to keep your butt down, hands, elbows in the same position, and kind of use that roller as a pivot point, arching back, arching forward, just to work your spine in a position or in the direction that it usually is in. And then the last spot we'll get will be your lats. So here you're on your side, arm over your head, kind of palm forward to the ceiling. Plant the top foot, plant the top hand. This is a small area, and we're going to break it down into 3 different spots. So one is just leaning back, behind the armpit, roll it down your side. So right now I'm leaning away from you guys. Next spot we're going to kind of square up, so we're kind of right in the middle, shoulders are stacked. And the third, you're going to kind of square down to the floor to get some of that serratus anterior muscle and your pecs. And you may find one spot's more sore than the other, and you'll spend more time on one of those 3 areas, and then you'll obviously turn area 1 leaning away, 2 shoulders stacked, 3 squared down. There's our foam rolling sequence. Send us a message, let us know if you need help or adjustments or have questions with that.